Yo, what going?
Hello guys.
Ciao ragazzi.
What's up people?
Hey,
It's your boy Aji Baby
Khalifa
Francesca.
Viv,
and you're watching
the Afro Nextgen,
Subscribe,
like, share, comment.
and watch out for new videos.
We love you all.
Hello everybody, welcome back to a new episode of the Afro Nextgen. It's your boy KWEKU WONDERZ and my guy
Professor NICKLES. Why? Did I say Professor?
I didn't say you got something else.
Oh, no, if you start again about that.
Okay. Anyway, guys, subscribe,
Like.
That's all we need.
And
subscribe. Keep subscribing the things. And keep, supporting the channel. Even on Instagram, support this in the page. And Charlie, since we started, I've not even got one new follower.
Oh.
Charlie, yeah, wow. Follow KWEKU WONDERZ. Follow. You get me? Come and disturb me. That's it. Instagram and everything. The code here, if you don't follow him, it's okay.
Mommy said no followers. That's what Mommy said.
Yeah, sorry. So the mommy's boy.
Mommy's boy.
I see you. The public announcement on the 13th of June.
That is next week.
That is next week. We'll be going live on Goodies Radio. We will collaborate with them. You get me? So stay tuned for that, and we'll also be going live on Instagram with our Instagram account on the Afro Nextgen. So make sure you stay tuned and you follow us and you join us the teams. And I go. That's all. So people, today, if you see say I make fresher, be for you guys. It be for somebody way I want to impress. So make ask, are you impressed?
I'm impressed.
Thank you. So everybody, today we got some special guests for you. You get me? You wanted serious topics, so now we deliver. You get me? So we got somebody here with Charlie, mind open.
Small, but. For now, I cannot say whether it is big or small. You are not going to talk. Well, after we finish talking, then I will judge.
Okay, no problem.
No problem. What?
No problem. So everybody, we have Barbara here.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Okay, so please just introduce yourself and tell them what you do and stuff.
Okay. My name is Barbara. I am a medical student at Bologna, and I also have an Instagram page where I publish reels and Bible quotes, stuff like that, to motivate and inspire people.
Okay, so make sure you go and follow that thing. You get me? Let's get straight into our topic without wasting no time. So today, we get some special topic for you.
Sure.
And our topic is, or what we talk about is, Mega, are you ready?
In fact, I was born ready.
So we make ready.
I am ready.
Today we'll be talking about, does religion blind our way of thinking? So,
Charlie, this question, when you told me, I've been thinking about this. I've never come to conclusion with it up to now.
I tell you that you'll be slow, so we could get somebody.
Yeah, that's what we got
inspire.
That is what we got there.
We could ginger our mind and things.
In fact, I was looking through my philosophy and my pentagon and everything, and like this girl came to my mind that boom, let me
It's
guess.
okay. Yeah, it's okay. Why? You don't do. Huh? Nigerians will tell you don't do.
Okay.
So sister, over to you.
Well, the question and the answer are both very complex.
But wait, before we answer that question, let's define religion.
Okay. Yeah. Well, religion is a system, is a body of belief that aims at worshiping a specific something, someone, and what or who is being worshipped is considered a god. For me, that's my definition.
What will be your definition of religion? Today I will ask you questions because
religion. The time I was doing religious and moral education in school, but the teacher didn't explain the religion to me very well. But
did you attend that class?
Oh, I used to. I used to.
For me, religion is, I see religion as an institution that gives reverence to a deity or spirituality in a way. So that's how I see religion. I don't see it just as following a lifestyle. Because a lot of people say that, especially for Christianity, they say that Christianity is just a lifestyle. But I think if you say it's a lifestyle, it's more, you dilute it. dilute it a bit. So that's what I think. So do you actually think that religion blinds our way of thinking? Does it influence our thinking?
Okay, well, it for sure does influence the way you think. But then, as you said, you were talking about spirituality.
Okay.
And for me, religion and spirituality are two different things.
Okay.
Because, as I said, like with spirituality, it's more of a personal relationship that you have with God, whoever that God is. And it's more of an interconnection that you, as yourself, you have with the God.
So it depends on the single person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is you seeking to find.
Ooh.
Okay. Meanwhile, when it comes to religion, it's a body. It's like a system, right? Like in science, when we talk about system, we're talking like organs that are connected to one another.
The way you get sense, look, please continue.
It's like organs.
You see, this one talk that this guy gets sense more than me.
Charlie, the school where she go, no. Continue, please. Don't mind that.
I'm just making an analogy here. It's like organs that are connected to one another, and without one, like everything else fails. That for me is religion.
My own are separated. They are not connected to one another. Is it your organs? They are my organs.
Yeah.
Mine are separated.
No, but that is you as an individual. Yeah. That is spiritual. That is spiritual.
Everything.
What is everything?
In fact, my organs inside they are divided. They are not connected to each other.
No, but their function is connected to each other.
I say my own is not connected.
Okay, your own. His own.
Just ignore him. It's like, just answer the question. Do you think religion blinds our way of thinking?
Okay, to a certain point, yeah. To another point, no. Let me say no because even the Bible, I'm a Christian, so let me say today I'm not from the traditionalist. I'm a Christian, and one thing I know is God even made it a choice that there is good and evil, but He is going to encourage us to choose good. In other words, God has given all of us a choice whether we should follow Him or not. So if you are into this particular religion, me being a Christian, I think I need to follow the teachings as it is.
But earlier we were discussing something, and Nico of all people enlightened me. Today I have to say, Nico enlightened me. When I was shocked for what you said.
I didn't bring the rosary today.
Hey, sorry. Then today there's no protection.
No.
But what he was saying was that basically when you are born, everyone is born into some sort of religion. So basically the influences come from outside. Because your life, when you are being born into a religion, you adopt the religion that your parents practice. Yeah. So if you are influenced, you are not influenced by religion itself, but you are influenced by external thoughts or external ways of life and external ways of thinking.
I guess so.
It's me that have packaged it well to make it have sense. Let's just say. So what do you think about this? Do you think that you being born into a religion, that's your life and that's how you are, and everything that's added onto you is an external influence?
Okay, so I don't necessarily believe that the religion that you're born into is the religion that you have to practice necessarily, because you have Christians that then become Muslims and Muslims that become Christians and so on and so on and so forth. It's a choice, like you said, is a choice to become a Christian, right? And so I don't think you necessarily have to. However, like you were talking about the external influence, which comes with the topic of culture and Christianity, and the fact that there is like a very thin line, especially in certain countries, trying to understand the difference between the two. And so,
well, for me, I think that it depends on you whether religion blinds you or not. It depends on how committed you are to this religion. Because what does it mean to be blinded by something? It means that you are so into it that you sort of lose touch with reality. You get me? It can even be science, because, for example, in the scientific world, scientific theories are
are legit until proven otherwise. Yeah. So obviously there are a lot of scientists that come up with different theories, and sometimes they can also be really invested into it that they sort of lose the touch with reality of what reality is. Like for example, this theory that we have different timelines and we have alternative realities. Like for example, they believe that the theory basically says that you can bend time in a way that you can have other different timelines, and we exist in different timelines. Again, it means that you as a person, you can exist in 4 different places, and you are different in every 4 of these places. And this is a way of thinking, and this can actually influence your belief because it's abstract. Even religion, in a way, it's abstract. So I'm dropping bombs for here. Anyway, the thing is that it's abstract, so you have to deep think all these things. So that can become part of what you actually think and believe because you are invested into it. Again, so I mean, when we come to religion too, we have people that have this that sort of extremists.
Yeah, I want to ask something. Most of we are. Let me take it to the. Let me say something the physical way. We in our various religions, we have something about reaping what you sow. You understand? And then most people, especially we the Christians, things often come into our lives without us realizing that it is our doings. But yet we always take it, it's the work of the devil, it's the work of the devil. Is it also from our thinking, or it's from the religious background that has blinded us to think that every day is the work of the devil?
Well, for that one, I think that's based on Christianity, and like I said, it's based on your belief, because even though we are Christians, we have different. We see Christianity in different ways. Everybody sees Christianity in different ways. That's why we also have a lot of the Christian in the evangelical sector. We have a lot of denominations because everybody believes in different things. So, like I said, it's more personal. If you think too much into it and you that's the only thing you are thinking about, it can obviously blind you because you are not open to see other things. That's all what you're focused on. You get me? So
but I think there culture plays a very big role, because for example, there are certain things that will happen in my life that I wouldn't say these are the work of the devil. At all. But then somebody else will say these are the work of the devil. But then is you and your understanding in your religion, what does your religion say about these things happening in your life? For example, in Christianity, there are many things that God just allows them to happen to you, because then God, for example, tests you and tests your faith. And so are you telling me that maybe you losing your job is a work of the devil? Or sometimes it's just you not being able to do things and to work properly in your workplace.
But at times I see it like it's not like God lets it come into your life, but you let it happen to you.
I think both.
But I think it depends on your reality, on what your reality is, because like you said, there are some things that may happen to you and you may not see it as the work of the devil. Like let's take for instance our parents. Most of our parents, they spent a big chunk of their life in Ghana, in Africa. So their reality is different to ours, because obviously most of us, some were born here, some came here when they were young and things. So basically we grew up in the West, and the Western way of thinking is by scientific way of thinking. You're always prone to test your thoughts and things like that. But in Africa, we have this sort of, you are in contact with more of things happen, things that you cannot explain happen. You get me? So I think that sometimes it's more about your reality, the reality around you and your environment. Because for them, it makes sense for them to say that, oh, it's somebody that is doing this guy. Oh, you get me? But you will see it and you'll be like, what can, because why? You have never seen something like that happen to somebody. So with this one, I wanted to ask, like, do you think that religion hinders progress in a society?
To be honest, with the thing you just said,
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's also just a lack of wanting to take responsibility of certain things.
Okay.
Because in the sense of like blaming religion for everything and then blaming the devil for everything. Meanwhile, sometimes it's just you not doing the things properly, and then just you don't want to take responsibility of your own actions. And so at that point, it's easier to blame it on something that somebody else cannot actually question apart from yourself.
Okay.
And so you lack accountability. Does it make sense what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So I mean, like we go to the next. Does a religion hinder progress in a society?
Okay, it doesn't hinder progress in the society because it's just a personal belief in religion.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I said, I cannot talk about other religions, but everybody's religion is good to them personally. But me, since I'm a Christian, let me say it doesn't, because it teaches much about how we should live our life, how we can progress in our lives. And stuff. So it doesn't bring any negativity or anything.
Because obviously, sometimes you actually hear when we talk about the progress of Africa and its progress, you actually hear people saying that, oh, the white people, they brought us the Bible and then they took our stuff and they went and built their own, their own countries.
Let me just pause here. I see this to be total stupidity. Why? Because a white man is working from Monday to Sunday, even though there are shifts working and stuff. A black man is going to spend 12 hours in the church praying, then go to his shop for 5 hours and go and sleep. You expect progress?
That's what I was saying, that is a lack of accountability. What he said is just literally the same thing I said. It's a lack of accountability because you're just saying, oh, because the story you just said, I've heard this countless amounts of times. But then, don't you think that also white people believe in certain things, in demonic things, that the same way black people also do believe in certain things?
Yeah, but the difference is that we take them like welcome.
Yeah.
Them, they have distanced themselves from it. I mean, in recent years now, they have distanced themselves from it. Okay. Again, you were saying that a black man would spend 12 hours in church and a white man wouldn't. Why? Because the black man is religious and the white man isn't. You get me? So in this case, I see it like, a society that is too religious brings it's because religion in its way, it brings some sort of it brings space for superstitions. And I believe that superstition is like the death of reason. You get me? Because you can't reason with somebody that's superstitious because that person is not open-minded. You get me? So that's why I think that in a way, if you are too religious, you are too invested into a religion, you cannot have that space of mind to think. Because if you look at history, Europe or the Western, they were very religious. You get me? But the thinkers, the people that brought innovations, I think they have to detach themselves from religion for them to be able to be open-minded and think about things. Because one example that I can bring out is when they were discussing if the world was flat or not. Galileo's, he made his research and he saw that the world is not flat like the church is saying. But for them to bring out, they couldn't bring out these theories because they would be branded as heretics and they would be excommunicated and things like that. But the church was hell bent on the fact that the world was flat. You get what I'm saying?
Listen, it's ignorance. Let me say it. Like as you said there, like to bring everything to summarize everything that you were saying. What I think is it's not as if they don't know, but it's ignorance. You understand? Because even the same Bible said, the ant that doesn't work is not going to eat. And there is also time for everything on earth. But if you don't, because we are so much focused on religion or spirituality, I want to go to heaven and this stuff. But also, Master, you are already on earth, but you are suffering.
No, but I think it, like for me, is like because religion becomes a pattern of things. You do things because it becomes a ritual. And then once anybody tries to depart from the ritual, then the person is no longer considered as being religious, right? That is the problem. That the thing that happened during the Catholic Church and everything.
Okay, no.
But then for me, the thing is that the people that actually believe in something, they should also be open-minded that God delivers things through people.
Yeah.
And if you take, for example, because at that point it was Christianity, right?
Yeah.
If you take the Bible literally on everything, then you also do not allow margin for God to speak to you and to speak to people and allow knowledge to flow. Because then we are making division between science and in this case Christianity. We are making division between them, but there is nothing that's division between these two categories.
What you said earlier is exactly the point I'm trying to bring out. When we talk about progress, for example, like when university, you see we have an undergraduate degree. That one is just textbook. You study theories. When you get to higher learning, which is maybe not a master's but a PhD, where you are actually taught how to challenge what you have actually been taught. That one is different, because if you follow religion has an answer for everything. Like you were saying, it's not about working. We work. True. White people work.
Yeah.
But when you talk about progress, it's about improving on what you have. You get me?
But religion doesn't do that.
Religion doesn't do that.
It's a pattern, like everything is laid out for you.
Yeah, because
that's the difference.
There's an answer for everything.
Yeah.
How did trees come to be? God created them. But in science,
Yeah.
you have to actually think that. You get me? You have to think. It's not, the answer is not there. You don't just take the answer of what you see for granted, for it to be the answer. You get me? You actually have to go and think about how it works. How did it come to be? You get me? But in religion, you have the answer there, so there's no need to go and search.
No, but
So that's why I'm saying that I believe that religion sort of hinders progress.
I think if you take religion literally, then religion hinders progress.
Okay.
Because as I said, you're not allowing margin for God to work.
Okay.
And that's the thing, because if I decide, because then here again, we are trying to separate science from God. But then, as I said, like God He's the one that gives knowledge, and He's the one that gives wisdom. For you to be able to think, okay, how do trees come about, and how do we have flowers, and how do we have things? If God doesn't allow you to have that knowledge, you will never have the knowledge. No matter how much you think about it, no matter how many years you think about it.
But then these scientists, these people that are thinking about all these things,
And then also, I think religion also teaches you how to live a perfect life. You understand? And like also teaches you how to live like unity. Then it teaches you how to behave towards one another.
moral
Yeah.
values.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
think, so it doesn't hinder you from prosperity or not. Yeah, it's prosperity. Progress. Yeah. It doesn't hinder you from progress or that. It teaches you how you can live your life, and then that's going to affect your community as well. Automatically, it's not going to teach you that you're supposed to be like your story building, but you have to come up with it.
But then people who, like, for example, Western world, people who are thinking and they have improved their societies, they actually go and question the actual existence of spiritual world or of deities. Do they really exist? Do we depend by them? So now that we live in basically this is it's a scientific world, basically we can call it like that. Do you think that this world has gone past religion?
I mean, people, yes, but religion is not something. For me, I'm struggling because I honestly don't like the word religion at all.
Okay.
Because when I think about religion, I don't see anything except just doing things for the sake of doing them. It's like having a dictator that just tells you do this, and do that, and you just lack the understanding of anything that you're doing, and you're doing it because you are told to do things. And so, like, that's why I'm struggling a little bit.
So what word would you prefer?
will describe it.
It depends on the situation that we're talking about. Because, for example, the Galileo Galilei situation, it was more of religion, because it wasn't literally to what the Bible was saying. Then it had to be different. Like they couldn't coexist the same things.
Yeah.
And then when you try to divide science and religion, it bothers me, because, for example, I am in the world of science, right? But I do believe that if we had more people within science, within politics, within any other area of our society that had more, I'm Christian, so that had more Christian people, or that had more people that had a stronger moral and belief system, then the society will go onwards faster, instead of like slowing down, instead of hindering our progress, because there are certain aspects of spirituality that just open your eyes rather than keeping you back.
So you believe that, like, okay, let me use the word spirituality, actually improves progress?
It depends on the spirituality aspect as well, because again, you can be spiritual towards God, towards our God, and then you can be spiritual towards demons. So it really depends also on which area you also go to.
But doesn't that detach you from reality?
No, it doesn't, because it depends on the way you associate yourself with it. Because there are some people that just, as I was saying before, they just don't want to take accountability for anything, and then they will blame everything on the spiritual world and the spiritual world. And don't get me wrong, there is a parallelism between physical world and spiritual world, but not everything is due to that. Sometimes you just have to work. Exactly. Sometimes you just have to do things, and then things don't come out of you. Things don't come to your way just because you're a good person. Some things have to happen to you. Sometimes you have to work for things as well.
And Nico, let me ask you this question.
Ask me the precious question. But wait, before you ask the question, think about the question first. Talk.
Okay. Do you think that a society that is based, okay, in this case we'll talk about Christianity, a society that is based on or is built on Christian morals and Christian values, do you believe that it will be a better society than what we have presently? And if yes, why?
And if it's no, why? Okay,
Get the line.
I think because everyone is going to do his part of the deal. Because when God created the earth, he said, Adam, go there and name everything. He didn't let Adam to be idle, which means God is taking care of the spiritual part of it. Adam is taking care of the physical part of it. So if we are in the society which is being based on it, then everyone is doing what he is supposed to do, I think everything is going to move on well. That's what I think.
I think the morals within Christianity allow freedom for everybody. They allow freedom in a way that you do not feel imprisoned, but at the same time, you don't harm anybody as well.
Thank you.
And so, because you're not harming anybody, you're not harming yourself, and everybody has freedom. It's just and as you said, like, there is order in things. Then unfortunately, human nature will never allow something like that to happen because we're too rebellious to make that happen. You know.
For example, everybody's thinking about himself.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Christianity, or in not only Christianity, most of the religions, they also think about what one of the main factors they talk about is love. You understand? So just love one another as you love yourself.
Yeah, being selfless as well.
Thank you. But automatically, as she said earlier on, we human beings, we have our way of thinking. Like, I want everything for myself.
And even if I don't
progress, then you can't also progress. You can see that somebody is doing that because I don't have the capability of being the boss. No, I don't have the capability of being the boss. But I see that this person can do it. But because
Nico dropping big capability. Hey, nigga, say it again.
Anyway, but because
today they have come to influence us. Thank you. Right. This KG influence our bro. Hey! Oh, sorry. Go.
Me myself, I cannot do the job to the highest level. You understand? And then I know that this one who is a youngster, is much intelligent, he has much studied more than me. Even it happens in the church that this person can upgrade whatever we are doing. But because I'm older, I've known this work and I founded it and everything, then I have to watch suppress whatever it happens in church. we have people who have much knowledge. God has blessed a lot of people that even the senior pastors and staff, but yet the senior pastors and the what press those people down that Master, I started this music between 25. You are here, you are trying to tell me what I should do. Also,
today here you are spoken sense. Even our guest cries, you know, is looking at you like
it's learning from me.
She's looking at you with different eyes. Like
automatically we different but we people we
will do more of these topics.
We meeting different people and stuff. Actually, we are getting much knowledge in our society from other religions.
I think one thing that you said is good is the fact that with the morals that Christianity comes with, there is a suppression of the negative aspects of human beings, like jealousy, like pride, all of these things, like they are suppressed. And if I'm not too prideful, if you're better than me at doing something, I'll be like, just do it, you know, because I know I have my part in it, and there is nobody that is going to take my part away from me.
Okay.
And knowing where you stand and knowing that nobody's going to be there, knock you out, and things like that is just going to help progress. But unfortunately, like human beings, you know.
I didn't think of it like that. The two of you are actually
team up against you, right?
Today, no, it's not about team up. You have opened my mind. So, guys, today the knowledge and we did the Afro Nextgen. You get me? So, give me your last thoughts.
Me or she?
No, you can start.
You start because today, the way you are.
Oh, my last thought is let me say, I think we shouldn't be blinded by our religion. God has given everybody liberty, or the God that we serve personally has given us liberty to make our own choice. And when we are for Him or be against Him, one person cannot serve two masters. As I said,
free moral agents.
Thank you. So please don't be like KWEKU WONDERZ, who is over here, who will say, Charlie God. In fact, let me tell you one story. This boy told me he was praying for God to give him a wife. Meanwhile, when all the ladies come, you sack them away. Master, don't be like this guy. This is my very nice story. Don't be like this guy. Master, believe the progress. Believe in the process. Do whatever you are supposed to do.
Okay, so
don't mind me, I'm only guessing.
no, it's fine.
You are scaring them. See, you are scaring. We brought the guests. You are scaring them. Oh, Nico. If we do.
Oh, but I didn't
you better stand at the back of the camera.
You'll be sacking all the ladies that come your way.
Yo, Martin, sacking all the ladies that come my way. How will we get them pregnant?
What do you have to say?
What I have to say is that do not do things out of understanding, like without you understanding things, and without you challenging your beliefs and challenging people telling you things. Like, don't just believe things because somebody that you trust has told you to do so. And you try to understand things for your own, and ask the questions to God as well, like challenge God in a way that you get to know Him and you get to know His character, because that's how He will also open your eyes and He will open your mind to just live a life that is based on Him but is true to yourself, to Him, and in the society that you live in as well.
Makes sense. Okay, so
what do you have to say? Okay, so what? You are right now.
He's about to conclude.
You never run away. I was
what can I say? Okay, I would say to the people who believe that religion hinders us from progress, or religion is a bad thing, or I think that irrespective of the religion, there was a wise man that told me one thing. He said that if you are in this world and you believe that spiritual things are not real, you are a fool. And if you believe only in science, you are a fool. So obviously, in this world, the beauty of this world is that there are a lot of things in this world, and everything has its own purpose. You get me? Science doesn't have the answer to everything. Religion doesn't have the answer to everything. But it's an amalgam of things. If you combine two things together now, it gives you, the best results. So, I think that we shouldn't be blindsided by one way of thinking. We should be open-minded to everything. You get me? Not everything is good, but be open-minded because you can learn from everything. Everything is a teacher. and you can learn from everything. So that's all what I will say. So I guess it was a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
I had fun. I don't know if you had
I
fun.
had fun.
Yeah.
Really had fun.
I'm thinking about it.
Ah,
Yeah. Oh, Charlie. Like we do every time, we have something small for
thank you.
our guests. Do you have any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Yeah. I mean, shout out to myself. My Instagram is Barbara. Just go and follow me for more, just want to vibe with me. Yeah,
Please don't go and DM me and Chelsea who this thing and stuff. No,
You what?
you're being here. Yeah, you're being here. Don't go and you're bed.
Yeah, so she's also she does reels on her Instagram, so make sure you follow her. She has you tell her what you tell
Yeah, I
her.
have reels and posts on Bible quotes as well as motivation and inspiration. So I just want to see my face and just gonna get some motivation and inspiration and follow me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So go and follow her for motivation. You people that are having a bad day, you don't like meme, go for motivation.
Yes.
If you want meme, you want to laugh, follow my page, KWEKU WONDERZ. You get me? So make sure you follow her, make sure you show her some love. And one last thing. Nothing. Bye bye.